Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Justin KewlImp, and that whole host of names I've always talked about. Now, with that, I'm coming back with another video, and this is going to be about what I'm going to call medic Fl4k or metabot, whatever you want to call them. So what we have here is a health and basically health aura regeneration going on. So you'll notice that we have two trees that we're in. We're in Master Tree where we go down to get the capstone, and we have our Stalker Tree. Now, if you wanted to with this build, you could go without a capstone, but right now I think that the capstones are too important to just skip. Because you take away out the 1 point here, or even 4 points here, and we just have this. I don't think that would be best. So let's go ahead and start by going over the build. First, we're going to talk about our action skill, which is going to be Gamma Burst. And the reason we're getting Gamma Burst is because of this skill right here. 20% max health for anyone standing in near the rift, which is a very important thing to have. Next thing, sorry about that. We're going to get down here. We just want to get the bare minimum to come down to mastery, to get dominance, because I think this will be very important. But the important things you want to pick up is this right here. This health regeneration is 2% health regeneration per second. And that's whenever a pet deals damage, which your pet should always be dealing damage. And whenever we deal damage, our pet recovers. Now this is important when we take a look at what we're going to be, why we're doing this as kind of a medic thing. So the rest of this doesn't really matter. I like this here. Because it works out very well for keeping you alive. Shared Spirit was one I was kind of mixed on, but yeah, I'll take Shared Spirit in this case. I do like Psycho on a Stick. I think the increased damage and movement speed will work out very well. And then I picked up this to reduce our action cooldown. That way we can have that Gamma Burst up as often as needed to heal. But here's where the real meat and bones of the tree is coming from. And by the way, this will be built out more once we get True Vault Hunter mode, or whatever, Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, whenever the first expansion pack comes out. We're going to see that this is going to be more important. But we have maximum health regeneration. So we have 2 here, 2 here, once it moves over. So my pets cause damage. I'm healing 2%. Because of the default here, I'm healing 4%. Yeah, 4. That's 4. And then we get down to why we took down this. All my BFFs, which now they get 2%, 1% automatic, 2% while my pet's doing damage, and my pet's gonna always be doing damage. Then we talk about regenerating health. We have another 9% here, or 0.9%. That's 0.5%. My colleagues, whenever we're in a gunfight, is now up to 2.5%. And down here, we have another 3.2%. Good, 3.2%. That's another 1.6 added on. You're healing over 3% of your health every second in a gunfight. And that's as an ally. As the player, you're looking at 3, 4.1, 6.1, 8.1. And if we're happening to be standing near the rift, 28.1% of your health being regenerated every second. Your pet is at 40-something. Now, I chose the Spider Ant on this one, the Centurion, because of the health regeneration. It's not a lot, but every little bit helps. And it brings up a lot of different things. All you have to do is hide behind cover for like 3 seconds while your pet's running around killing things, and you have a whole bunch health back. And it's like, all right, Core Daddy, I got you. You think your health is good to go? I got you. Now, what we could do with this, we could do the radiation auras so they're always pumping out damage while Gamma Burst is up. But because this already does it while they're for a short period of time after a few seconds, so even 3 seconds, so he's going to be attacking. Your pets are going to be attacking more often than that. And I don't think this is necessarily worth it because it might just be 20 damage or it might be 20% damage. I don't think it's worth it because we're trying to keep that rift open as long as possible. We're trying to get it cooled down as quickly as possible. So all of these things really build together, and I think they'll work out really good for this medic build for Fl4k. It's pronounced Flak. With the Centurion, the Spider Ant, we could possibly, if we needed to or if we wanted to, we could come down to here and get the Spider Ant Countess. I just don't see anything worth value for what we're doing with this particular build in here. Like Hunter's Eye, if I'm fighting robots, the armor damage, yeah, sure, that's great for killing armor, but how does that help me recover my health? So that's just something that I put together last night. I thought it was something that was pretty neat, and I haven't seen a build like this, and you know what? I want to get the builds there first. I want to be number one. So we're going to move over to Moze. Now, this is all... I named it earlier all-in-one magazine as kind of a joke because the entire purpose of this build is to get everything into one magazine. I want a full magazine of just a Vladoff rifle. Yes, that is my goal. I want to never run out of ammunition. So a couple things we're going to begin with. First, we're going to begin, like when you start the game, you're going to have to start out with miniguns. Okay, whatever, that's cool. But we're going to move into the flamethrowers because I like the flamethrowers. So we're going to begin with picking up Cloud of Lead. Every fourth round won't consume ammo. Doesn't send array damage. We are going to get match set. There's a reason for this. Because we want to use all either Vladoff or Children of the Vault weapons. I watched a video where they were talking about how they don't think Vladoff will do very well. How they think that the underbarrels of the weapons or the alternate firing modes of the weapons just won't support a build with Moze. I think they will. I think Vladoff is going to be a premier brand. And we do want to go ahead and get fuel economy. And that's just so we can reduce our flamethrower, how quickly we run out of Iron Bear whenever we're in our action skill. Of course, we have to increase our fire rate and critical hit damage. That goes without saying. And it's also to get us down into our 4th tier. Now, flat out, their question has been, does this increase by percentage or does this increase total? Because plus 35 on a sniper rifle is a lot of shots. And don't get me started on something like the Luda or a Droog. That's going to be insane. But rocket launchers all in one magazine. You have something like, what was it? The Norfleet. I think the Norfleet I have, because I haven't tried to farm them, my Norfleet has like 2 shots before I have to reload, or 3 shots before I have to reload. Bam! That's 10 shots. Assuming you have 30 rockets, because I think it was 3 per. But we want to bump this all the way up. Next, increases the weapons, increased damage. We want to get that because we're going to be using matching salamanders. Next, we want the infinite ammo after getting out of Iron Bear. That goes without saying. It's 1 point. It is worth the investment. And then we're going to get click. Now, part of the reason this build is going to work is because we're going to be able to stay at what I don't know what they define as low ammo. But if it's half or less, we can make this work. Because we're going to spend a lot of time, because we have so much ammunition in our magazine, that we don't have to worry about ever reloading that weapon. So with COV guns, the Children of the Vault guns, you can just sit there and tap that. And by tapping, I mean like... And keep them up at that high heat while you're doing plus 36 damage with them. And then, of course, we want Forge. Now, it replenishes 5% of magazine per second. So let's say it is plus 36 to the magazine. You have a 20-round natural rifle. Let's say a Vladoff rifle. I don't think they have any 20 rounds, but let's say 20. So we have a total of 56 rounds. We start chewing through that. We're looking at a regeneration of 1 round a second. So we get below to that low level, it's going to keep us there longer. We can just let off the trigger for a second, let the magazine fill a little bit up, and start going again. Now, the next thing we want to do is, I hate it when it does that, is we want to get into Demolition Woman. Now, this is personal preference because there's not a lot of super synergy with the way this is built to do it this way. Personally, I think the Salamander will work really well for this. But you could also like go nukes or double nukes or rockets or whatever you want. I like the Salamanders in this case. We have built this far into Demolition, so you could even do this here. 5 round, where is it? Here. The 6 rocket spread. And use that as a way to increase damage. The actual weapons here don't matter. What matters is that you have them as the same. So we're going to try and work on our fuel economy and incendiary damage for her. So, of course, fire in the Skag Den. We have deadlines. We have means of destruction. Now, one of the things that you could possibly do is, where is it? You could go this here. So get that splash damage going to help out with this build as well. I mean, you're going to have a lot of other types of splash damage here. Let's be honest. So we have the means of destruction, which is the possibility of getting ammo back whenever splash damage is dealt. Of course, if we're thinking about splash damage, we have to get toward cross promotion. I love auto bear. Any build I have that I can afford to get auto bear that isn't explicitly in bottomless and shield, I'm going to have auto bear. Now, I don't care about the critical damage here, so I didn't pick that up. But I did pick up the health restoration. Now, you can argue that this might be better than this, but it's just a little bit of health regeneration. A little vampire never hurt anybody. And then, throwing grenades and fight for your life. Now, I want to talk about this because this is one of the cruxes to this type of build. So, for every matching weapon, you have more ammo. So we have 40 possibility here because it says weapon. Oh, Joe, sorry. Every matching piece of gear. So, Vladoff, I believe, makes grenades. I don't recall. But you could go Malawan. Malawan makes weapons, makes shields. I think they make class mods. So you're looking at what? 7 stacks of it? You're looking at 70 to your magazine. You're looking at spending half of your time. If you have a 100-round magazine, you're going to spend half of your time under 50. So if that counts as low ammo, all of a sudden you are dealing tons of damage because you're constantly at low damage, at low ammo. Now this build probably won't be good in the beginning because getting all the match set is going to be challenging. But this right here will make this build work. Because you're never going to run out of ammunition. Not with Forge. Not with Iron Bear and Some for the Road. Matching set. This will just absolutely terrify how broken she can get. Because can you imagine Salvador never... And I know it's possible, and I've seen it happen. Salvador never running out of ammunition. It happens. So, I suggest maybe taking a look at this. I call this all-in-one mag. I'm sure some other people will call it other things and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? But I want to thank you for watching the video if you made it all the way through, because I tend to be long-winded, and this is like my second recording. If you want, I'm going to include the links for the characters down below in the links below. So if you want to take a look at those, go ahead and take a look at those and tell me where you think it can be improved. God, I feel like a douche. First, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, and may joy be to you all. But like, follow, and obey. God, I feel horrible for saying that.